What up, world? It's your boy Woe.
It's your boy Teflon the Don.
And you are Rappin' with
Intellects.
In today's episode, we coming to y'all from an undisclosed location because we about to talk about one of the most powerfulest countries in the world. Probably the most powerfulest country in the world.
Yep, you guessed it. China.
Maybe you didn't guess it. Maybe you thought we was talking about America. But we here to give y'all some numbers and to give y'all a little bit of information some of y'all out there might not knew what was really going on when it comes to the distribution of drugs into this country by China. So first off, we're gonna get to the drug trade period. We've been told our whole life, drugs coming from Colombia, it's coming from Mexico, it's coming from, where else? Cuba, Afghanistan, drugs come from all these different places, but you never really hear about the drugs coming from China.
Not at all.
But there's a little China in every major city in this country. And if you ever remember watching a lot of old, movies and even modern day movies, the Chinese always was involved at the highest level of the drug trade.
Very true.
The illegal drug trade. But as we all know, the real money isn't made in the illegal drug trade, it's made in the legal drug trade.
Oh yeah.
So what we come to find out, just having our intellectual conversations that we have, we got to looking up numbers and stuff, and Tef stumbled upon some very disturbing numbers. Very disturbing. I mean, so disturbing. Like, we ain't even did a Rappin' with Intellects episode in a while because we got so much other stuff going on, and then COVID-19 and everything, the world, presidents, elections, all that. We put it on hold for a while. But we did this episode just to give y'all these numbers. Really. Like, so this ain't going to be long. Like, we going to give y'all these numbers, and then we out. You know what I'm saying? We out. So
I see.
So the first drug we're gonna talk about. Hold on. The first drug we're gonna talk about is one of the most needed drugs, probably not in just America, but in the world, and that's the antibiotic, which everybody needs if they have some type of bacterial infection in their body. They give you an antibiotic. So Tef, tell them how much antibiotics China pump into this country.
That number right there is amazing. When I read this article, I did a little bit of research and I found out China produces 97% of the antibiotics that get shipped to this country, as well as owning the patent for 80% of the ingredients used. Now that right there, mind-blowing. 97%. Makes you wonder where the other 3% come from. Now, we already spent $4.6 billion in importing goods from them, but owning 97% of the antibiotics, that means almost every drug you get, your heart medicine, your Tylenol, and any other antibiotic you may need, we get from this country. 97%. What you think about them numbers, man?
I mean, so what? 3% of the antibiotics don't come from China? I mean, like, where they come from is we making those ourselves, but 97%. That means if we made China mad and they just say, hey, cut off the antibiotics to America. So you mean like overnight people with infections won't be able to get drugs that literally can help them beat that infection, and if without that drug, that infection can maybe spread and kill them.
That's detrimental.
I mean, 97%. So that's too much power for a country to have over something that's so much needed and depended upon by the American citizens.
Makes you wonder why they would do something like that.
By people in the world. So that's just antibiotics. Let's talk about all drugs. Tell them the percentage that China supplies of active ingredients in all drugs.
They supply 80% of the active ingredients. So not only are they pushing 97% of the antibiotics, 80% of them they're responsible for creating. That means only 20% of your Tylenol may be made over here. But the other 80% got to come from over there. 20% of your heart medicine may be made over here, but 80% of the ingredients got to come from over there.
And we're not even saying that it's made over here. We don't know where it's made.
We really don't.
But 80% of the active ingredients in all drugs come from China. So it's clear to say China is the biggest drug producer in the world. So America being the biggest drug consuming nation in the world, now it makes sense how we're so in debt to China. It's like, you know, you got the dope man, and then you got the crackheads, or you got the dope fiends, or you got the heroin addicts, or you got the weed heads, or the pill heads. Oh, well, whatever heads you got the dealer and you got the user, and then we can't, you can never afford to have it all the time, right? So what you do, you borrow. So what, we in like 14, 16 trillion dollars in debt allegedly with China. So how much of that debt is a drug debt?
Wow. And how do they expect us to pay it?
I mean, I just want to know, like, how much of that debt is a drug debt? Because other than that, how else do we owe China? I mean, of course, a lot of stuff is made in China. More than drugs. You know.
Oh, yeah.
Is it the iPhone or the Android made in China? One of them.
I thought both of them was made in China.
Right. Everything's made in China. But so is we getting this stuff on consignment? Or is we paying for it? I mean, we print money, right?
Mm.
So is China not accepting the American dollar
Uh-oh.
as payment? What they need? Real substance and mineral?
Wow.
For them drugs? What? Gold, silver, land? What? Weed? What? Petroleum? What we got China ain't got? Because that's how trade goes. They want something that they can't produce in China. And obviously China producing a lot. Some way, somehow, they producing a lot.
A lot.
Yeah. So we know right now, China probably mad as hell we telling y'all this. We exposing China. So when you had a president that wasn't that cool with China and regulating what China's able to do over here, that's because he recognized how much power China had over this country, and they shouldn't. So hopefully Biden or whoever's sitting in that seat next, they regulating China too.
Yeah, because that's a lot of power and control they got.
Yeah, over something so precious as an antibiotic. 97%. So I mean, who tests these drugs when they come into the country? Who makes sure the ingredients in them is authentic? Do they test one pill out of 100, and then the other 99 just get cleared? Like, how is this process going? So if China wanted to mix a cocktail of some antibiotics and not put the right ingredients in them and water them down, like, do we gotta say so? Like, how we know our antibiotics ain't watered down? China, like, y'all owe us money, we watering y'all antibiotics down now.
Wow.
How do we know? You think American government's gonna tell us? Come on, man. These people lives, man. These questions need to be